Satellite images show Iran building burial pits for the coronavirus victim. Iran has been rapidly expanding a major cemetery in Qom, the area worst hit by the country's novel coronavirus outbreak. Satellite images obtained by CNN revealed the country had reported at least 10,075 confirmed coronavirus cases and 429 deaths, the third highest number of cases after mainland China and Italy. The satellite images from March 1 and March 8, but ones by Maxar Technologies, appear to show one increase in activity inside in the Behest, in Marsden Cemetery in Qom. The images show what look like two fresh trenches of grave on March 1, with more excavation after that. According to Islamic tradition, bodies are supposed to be buried quickly after death. But Behest Imam Summers Mogul director Ali Rami Samur told Iranian State TV earlier this month that burials were being delayed as testing for the virus take time. And while corpses are traditionally washed with soap and water before burial in Iran, two medical workers in Qom told CNN that in some cases precaution relates to the outbreak of preventing staff from observing traditional Islamic guidelines for burial. A video from the morgue showed those on the body shed in black bags on the floor of an Iranian morgue, while workers in protective suits and masks busily work among them. For Persian New Year, falls next Friday, March 20. Many Iranian families visit cemeteries before the end of the Persian years as part of the annual tradition. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei had called his annual break of notice, state news agency IRNA reported Monday. Khamenei will not travel to the city of Mashhad, the site of the Imam Reza Shrine, where the speeches usually live. Due to spread of coronavirus and strict recommendations given by health officials and specialists to avoid any form of gatherings and refrain from traveling and getting out of the city to prevent spread of the disease, the latest speech ceremony will not be held this year, the statement cited by IRNA said. Iran took drastic measures last week to stop the spread of the virus. The government banned a Friday parade in the center of all provinces across the country. Schools and universities have been shut. Courses and sport events have been cancelled. All of Iran's 21 provinces have been hit by the virus, with a number of high-profile officials becoming sick. Iran's former foreign minister and current advisor to Khamenei, Ali Akbar Valazati, tested positive for the virus and was quarantined at his home in Tehran. Iran's semi-official news agency ISNA reported Tuesday. Another Khamenei advisor, Mohammad Mohammadi, 71, died last week, and one of the country's top clerics, Hadi Khoroshahi, succumbed to the sickness last month. Earlier, Iranian officials confirmed that 23 members of the country's 2019 member parliament has tested positive. 2 members are known to have died. Several vice presidents, of whom Iran has many, also tested positive. Meanwhile, Iran on Friday rejected an appearance offer from U.S. President Donald Trump to help Iran fight the virus. Trump said, "We have the greatest doctor in the world. We offer Iran assistance." Foreign Ministry spokesman Abbas Mousavi dismissed the offer as hypocritical and repulsive, and accused the U.S. of economic and medical terrorism, according to state-run Press TV. Instead of hypocritical display of compassion and repulsive bragging, you should endure economic and medical terrorism show that medicine and medical supply can reach medical staff and the Iranian people, Mousavi said. "We do not need American doctors," Mousavi said, adding that Iran has the best, bravest, and most competent medical staff in the world. Spain to extend coronavirus state of emergency as Dashore. Spain plans to extend its state of emergency for another 15 days, Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez announced Sunday, as the number of COVID-19 deaths soared in the country. Sanchez addressed citizens in a television briefing on Sunday after meeting with health and security officials. He said he expected Parliament to approve his request to lengthen the order, which has been in place for over a week. It comes with the country death toll from the virus accelerating. The country health ministry said on Sunday that another 394 had died in just the past 24 hours, bringing the total number of confirmed fatalities to 1,720. But Fernando Simon, director of Spanish Coordinating Center of Health Affairs and Emergencies, sounded a note of cautious optimism Sunday. We are approaching the period in which perhaps, if we are lucky, we will turn the curve, stabilize and it will start to go down, Simon said in a press briefing on Sunday. Some models indicate that we are not very far away, but relaxing the measure prematurely would mean starting again and we have to be very careful. Like many major countries in Europe, Spain is following the path of Italy with cases accelerating and the draconian measures put in place to keep citizens away from public places. Emergency hospitals have been set up across the country, while residents have been ordered to stay indoors apart from the essential shift and normally busy streets and deserts. The country health ministry said on Sunday that another 394 had died in the past 24 hours, bringing the total number of confirmed fatalities to 1,720. There are hard days ahead, Sanchez said in television briefing on Saturday. We have to get ready from a physiological and emotional standpoint. We have to get to the end of next week strong, very strong. The risk is everywhere. Almost 25,000 cases have been reported in total, with the dramatic peak of 5,000 new cases reported on Saturday. Spain is among the most affected countries in Europe and in the world, Sanchez on Saturday, adding the worst is still to come. In an effort to strengthen Spain's response to the health crisis, Sanchez announced the national production of masks, ventilators and tests. Meanwhile, the government had bought 640,000 reliable rapid fast tests, which will soon be 1 million, and within the next few hours 1.3 million masks will be handed to health personnel and patients, Sanchez said. Canada will not send athletes to Tokyo Olympics and call for the Games to be postponed for 1 year. Canada will not send athletes to the 2020 Olympic Games in Tokyo because of the risks associated with the coronavirus outbreak. According to a joint news release from the Canadian Olympic Committee and Canadian Paralympic Committee, the organizations are calling to postpone the game for the 1 year and say they are backed by the Athletes Commission, National Sports Organization and the Canadian government in the decision. While we recognize the inherent complexity around the postponement, nothing is more important than the health safety of our athletes and the world community, the COC and CPC statement read. This is not solely about athlete health, it is about public health. The coronavirus threat and risk make for an unsafe environment for athletes, their families and broader Canadian community, the release said. We are in the midst of global health crisis. It's far more significant than sport, the release said. The Australian Olympic Committee also said Sunday that Australian athletes should prepare for the game to take place in summer of 2021. IOC says not cancelling the Olympics. Canada's decision comes hours after International Olympic Committee Executive Board said it considering postponing, but not cancelling, this Summer Olympic Games in Tokyo because of the coronavirus pandemic. The IOC board said it is considering several options to deal with the ongoing outbreak, including modifying plans to allow the 2020 Tokyo Games to begin on schedule on July 24 or changing the start date for the Games. The OIC executive board ruled out cancelling the Games, saying it would destroy the Olympic dream of 11,000 athletes and all those who support them, according to a letter of athletes from IOC President Thomas Bach. The Canadian statement thanks the IOC for saying it would not cancelling the Games, saying the IOC appreciates the importance of accelerating its decision making regarding a possible postponement. I hope you like this and just like and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching and see you later in the next video.